Nefertiti was the great royal wife of Akhenaten during his reign in ancient Egypt. She held a position of significant power and influence during this period. The historical record regarding Nefertiti's life is incomplete. Her disappearance from historical records has led to various theories and speculations. Akhenaten initiated a religious revolution in Egypt, challenging the traditional polytheistic beliefs. The revolution centered on the elevation of the Aten, the sun disk, to supreme deity status. This shift marked a departure from the worship of a pantheon of gods to a form of monolatry or henotheism. Nefertiti, Akhenaten's wife, played a crucial role in promoting and embodying the Aten's worship. Together, Akhenaten and Nefertiti established a new religious and artistic style centered on the Aten. Nefertiti held unprecedented power in ancient Egypt. Illustrations depict her smiting enemy, symbolizing her authority. She is also shown driving a chariot, a role typically reserved for pharaohs. Nefertiti actively participated in religious rituals alongside Akhenaten. This level of involvement highlights her unique status and influence. It is likely she served as a co-regent, sharing ruling power with Akhenaten. Nefertiti's power is evidenced by depictions of her wearing the blue crown. The blue crown was a symbol of royal authority and kingship in ancient Egypt. Carvings show Nefertiti receiving the Ankh from the Aten, the sun disk. This imagery emphasizes her elevated status and divine connection. Nefertiti abruptly disappeared from official historical records around year 12 of Akhenaten's reign. This disappearance marks a significant turning point in her documented life. Following this period, there is a systematic erasure of her name from monuments. Her image was also removed or defaced in various official depictions. Titles associated with Nefertiti were similarly erased from inscriptions and records. This systematic removal suggests a deliberate effort to eliminate her presence from historical memory. One theory suggests Nefertiti died of natural causes, consistent with high mortality rates of the time. Another possibility is death by plague, a common occurrence in the ancient Near East. Ancient populations were vulnerable to infectious diseases due to limited sanitation and medical knowledge. A widespread epidemic could have easily claimed the life of even a royal figure like Nefertiti. The plausibility of this theory is supported by historical records of similar outbreaks. Without specific evidence, differentiating between natural death and plague as the cause remains challenging. The burial of Nefertiti's daughter with Akhenaten provides evidence for a family tragedy. This burial suggests a potential period of mourning and loss within the royal family. Such a family tragedy supports theories suggesting Nefertiti's death during Akhenaten's reign. The daughter's death could be linked to broader events impacting the royal lineage. Therefore, the burial serves as a key piece of evidence in understanding Nefertiti's fate. Evidence suggests a systematic erasure of Nefertiti's name and image from historical records. This erasure raises questions about the circumstances surrounding her disappearance from history. The deliberate removal of her representations contrasts with the expected treatment of a queen who died naturally. Damnatio memoriae, the condemnation of memory, was typically reserved for enemies of the state or disgraced figures. Applying damnatio memoriae to Nefertiti implies a potential conflict or disfavor, rather than a peaceful passing. The erasure of her monuments supports theories suggesting a more complex or controversial end to her reign. One theory suggests Nefertiti lost favor and was either exiled or murdered. This theory posits a power struggle within the royal court. Akhenaten's religious revolution may have been failing. Nefertiti's fate could be linked to the instability of Akhenaten's reign. Her removal would have been a strategic move in a time of political upheaval. The erasure of a name often signifies disgrace or removal from a position of power. This act suggests a deliberate attempt to obliterate the individual's memory or legacy. The erasure serves as a strong indicator of official disapproval or punishment. It supports theories of exile or murder, where the individual is forcibly removed from society. Therefore, The erased name provides tangible evidence of a fall from grace and potential foul play. The exile murder theory suggests Nefertiti may have suffered a fall from grace. However, this theory lacks strong support due to the absence of textual evidence. Historical records do not document any explicit disgrace or banishment of Nefertiti. The absence of such records weakens the credibility of the exile murder hypothesis. One leading theory suggests Nefertiti became a co-regent pharaoh. This theory posits Nefertiti transformed into Neferneferuaten. Subsequently, Nefertiti further transitioned into Ankeperure Smenkhkare, according to the theory. This hidden identity theory proposes a significant shift in Nefertiti's royal role and identity. Around year 12 to 14 of her reign, Nefertiti's status underwent a significant change. A royal decree elevated her to the position of co-regent. This elevation included a change in title to Neferneferuaten. Neferneferuaten is a title traditionally associated with pharaohs. Akhenaten dies around year 17 of his reign. Tutankhaten, later King Tut, is very young at the time of Akhenaten's death. Tutankhaten's youth leads to a succession crisis within the royal family. The stability of the kingdom is threatened due to the uncertainty in leadership. Neferneferuaten, Nefertiti, ascends to the position of sole ruler of Egypt. This marks a significant shift in Egyptian power dynamics. Her rule initiates a period focused on reconciliation. A key aspect of her reign involves re-establishing ties with the Amun priesthood. This reconciliation aims to restore balance and stability within the kingdom. Nefertiti altered her name from Neferneferuaten. The new name was Ankeperure Smenkhkare. This change aimed to project a more neutral image. The goal was to stabilize the country during a period of unrest. The perceived disappearance of Nefertiti is a topic of historical debate. This mystery stems from the interpretation of ancient Egyptian records. Early Egyptologists did not recognize the existence and reign of Pharaoh Smenkhkare. Smenkkare's reign was initially attributed to Queen Nefertiti. Therefore, the disappearance is due to a misidentification in historical analysis. Inscriptions provide valuable titular evidence regarding ancient rulers. Some inscriptions mention a co-ruler named Ankh-Keperur. The inscriptions use feminine grammar when referring to Ankh-Keperur. This grammatical detail supports the theory of a female pharaoh in that period. Co-regency refers to a period where two or more rulers share power. In ancient Egypt, co-regencies often ensured a smooth succession. A powerful female pharaoh served as regent during Tutankhamun's transition. This arrangement provided political stability during a change in leadership. The co-regency facilitated Tutankhamun's ascent to the throne. The defacement of images served as a crucial tool for political and religious erasure. This practice was employed to systematically eliminate the memory and influence of specific rulers. The female pharaoh Smenkhkare was a target of this image defacement. Defacing monuments was intended to erase her reign from historical records and public consciousness. Smenkhkare ruled Egypt for approximately 3 years. Smenkkare's reign focused on maintaining stability within the kingdom. A key aspect of Smenkkare's rule involved preparing Tutankhaten for his future role. This preparation ensured a smooth transition of power. Smenkkare's actions helped secure the dynasty's continuation. Tutankhaten ascends to the throne, becoming the new pharaoh. As part of his coronation, he changes his name to Tutankhamun. This name change signifies a formal restoration of the cult of Amun. The restoration occurs following the death of Smenkhkare. The Amarna period faced systematic erasure, orchestrated by officials like Ai and Horemheb. This campaign aimed to delegitimize the preceding era. The erasure served to solidify and legitimize Tut's regime. Historical records and monuments were altered or destroyed. The goal was to erase the memory and impact of the Amarna period from Egyptian history. Nefertiti rose to the position of co-regent pharaoh in ancient Egypt. She made a strategic decision to abandon Akhenaten's religious revolution. This shift aimed to stabilize the empire amidst growing unrest. Nefertiti skillfully guided Egypt through a period of significant instability. Her leadership was crucial in maintaining order and continuity during a turbulent era. The narrative of Nefertiti's disappearance may have been a deliberate cover-up. This suggests an intentional effort to obscure her true role and power. Nefertiti was likely one of Egypt's most influential rulers. Her story was possibly suppressed to diminish her historical significance. The disappearance narrative effectively concealed her powerful legacy.